Here I wanted to show you one of the relays I was using to actually control an electrical outlet. This is like a digital timer that you can buy from Lowe's or Home Depot or off the internet. You can get them from Big Lots, Ollie's and things like that. This is like a little digital timer that you can buy from any of those locations. Sometimes you can get them for pretty cheap. You can get them for like $8 at some places. You can actually buy a solid state relay for cheaper and hook it directly into your electrical wiring. But if you wanted something where you could just, have like a plug where you could plug devices into, you could just get one of these and take it apart. And where the timer is, you just have your two wires that come out, and when you connect the wires, basically it turns on and off the switch. And this is what I use for testing purposes, to test my remote devices like Raspberry Pi and Orange Pi or whatever, to be able to turn power switches on and stuff like that. It's UL certified too. So anyway, hey, I wanted to show y'all my remote Raspberry Pi switch. Actually, I'm using a Orange Pi Zero. I got it from AliExpress for a real cheap price, probably like $8, I guess. This is the box it can't come in right here. Basically, these little development boards are pretty cool. Unfortunately, working with the GPIOs and things like that is a little different than the Raspberry Pi, because the pinouts are different, and the Python GPIO code or something like that, it points to different pins and things like that. So anyway, what I created was I got two Orange Pi Zeros right here. They're both connected to the Ethernet, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to actually have a mechanical switch that I could turn on and off from any location and actually control the GPIOs on the other Orange Pi. So basically you would be able to flip a switch and be able to turn your lights on in your house across the world or something like that. Of course, they do have many devices out there already where you can do it with your phone, and you can do it with Google Home, Google Assistant, the Amazon Echo, and things like that. But I wanted to learn how to set it all up myself. Matter of fact, you can set this up with your Google Home, and I'll probably be doing that as well. But as of right now, I just wanted it to be a mechanical switch where you could actually turn on, and then the remote device would turn on. So right now, basically, I actually had to make two buttons, one for my switch that would be turning on and off, and then one kind of like to input the command. So you actually have to press flip the switch and then press the button kind of to send it, and it goes a little something like this. You would just flip the switch to the position that you want it, and then you just hold this button down and just wait, and it will turn the stuff on. And then if you want to turn your switch off, you just basically flip the switch into the off position, hold your button down, and wait, and it'll turn your button off as well. I couldn't figure out how to do it with only one switch. It's because I wanted to be able to turn it on and off from multiple devices or multiple locations at the same time, and I didn't really quite know how to do that. So therefore, what I did was I made a Python script to automatically sense whether the button was being pressed or not. And I got a momentary button, and when I pressed the momentary button, basically then it would run another script if the button was pressed, and then that script looks to see if the switch is in an on or off position. and if it's in an on position, then it would then it would automatically SSH and log into this Pi and run the command on. And if it was in an off position, it would automatically SSH into the remote Pi and run the on script. Either that, I don't know if I said on or off, but whatever, you know what I mean. And so, like I said, you would just flip your switch. So basically, you would, if you had this out in your shop or something like that, or anywhere in the world, you would just flip it on, hold the button down, and then boom, you have your lights. And you want to turn them off, flip the switch, hold the button in, turn your stuff off. Now, you can also connect this, like I said, to Google Assistant or anything like that. So, you know, if you use this to turn on the lights, you would be able to tell your Google device to turn them off. Of course, I'm not going to say it on this video. It's because I don't want to activate it in the command. But you know what I'm talking about. Another thing is you can get the apps for your phone, and you can run SSH commands, or do the IFTTL website. You can use that to create webhooks to automatically turn things on and off. Right now, like I have tested it out and used it to automatically pull up the cameras and things like that on my TV when I ask it to. Or either I could close things out on my Internet Explorer when I ask it to, things like that. But anyway, I thought this switch is pretty cool. Okay, so here's my setup. Basically, I would flip my switch on, and then I send the command, hold this button down, and then my light comes on. I want to turn the lights back on. I just flick the switch and hold the button in, and the lights turn back off.